Welcome to my channel Criminology and Forensic Science, where science meets crime. From ancient Chinese detectives to DNA databases, the journey of forensic science is more thrilling than any crime drama. Today, we are taking you through time to discover how forensic science evolved from dusty scrolls to high-tech labs. Let's start with the origins because forensic science didn't begin in modern labs. It started thousands of years ago. In the 700 AD, long before high-tech labs and criminal databases, the Chinese already were ahead of their time. They used fingerprints to verify identities, not on a digital scanner, but pressed into clay and used on important documents. This marked one of the earliest known uses of biometric identification. While they didn't know about DNA, they intuitively understood that no two fingerprints were exactly alike, a principle still used in modern forensics today. In the 13th century, a remarkable forensic case was recorded in the Chinese manual, The Washing Away of Wrongs. A murder had occurred in a small village. The investigator, Song Si, gathered all the suspects and asked them to lay their sickles in the sun. Though none appeared bloody, flies began to swarm around one man's stool, drawn to the invisible traces of blood. The truth was revealed and the killer confessed. This case is often cited as the first recorded example of forensic entomology and logical deduction based on physical evidence. Jumping over to medieval England in 1149, King Richard I introduced the coroner system. Coroners were appointed to investigate deaths, particularly those under suspicious or violent circumstances. Their role was to establish the cause of death, often through crude examination or witness testimony. This laid the foundation for death investigation as a formal legal process, and coroners continue to play a key role in forensic science even today. In 1598, an Italian doctor named Fortunato Fidelis took forensic work into the medical realm. He is considered one of the first to practice forensic medicine, examining bodies and injuries to determine how someone died. His work helped bridge the gap between medicine and law, forming the earliest version of medical legal investigation we now see in autopsies and pathology labs. Fast forward to the late 1600s when Dutch scientist Anton van developed the first high-powered microscope. While not created specifically for forensics, this invention allowed scientists to see details previously invisible to the naked eye, like blood cells, fibers, and later gunpowder residue. The microscope became an essential tool in almost every forensic lab, helping experts detect tiny traces of evidence that could make or break a case. Here's a surprising forensic pioneer, American patriot Paul Revere. In 1776, he identified the body of General Joseph Warren after the Battle of Bunker Hill. How? Through the false teeth he had made for him. This movement became one of the first recorded uses of forensic dentistry, matching dental records to human remains, a technique still crucial in identifying unknown bodies today. In 1784, a murder case in Lancaster, England made forensic history. A man named John Toms was arrested for shooting someone with a pistol. During the investigation, authorities found a scrap of wadding paper stuffed into the barrel to fire the shot. It exactly matched a torn piece found in Tom's pocket. This was one of the first documented cases where physical evidence was matched to a suspect, leading to a conviction. In the mid-19th century, Gustav and Robert developed spectroscopy, a method of identifying substances by the light they emit or absorb. This allowed forensic scientists to analyze trace chemicals, poisons, and explosive residues with greater accuracy, giving rise to the field of forensic chemistry. The invention of photography changed forensic documentation forever. In 1864, crime scene photography became part of criminal investigations in France. Investigators could now capture exact visuals of a crime scene, preserving the placement of evidence, wounds, and surroundings. This was a major step in ensuring objective visual records for court proceedings. In 1879, French criminologist Alphonse Bertillon revolutionized suspect identification. He created anthropometry, a system of measuring specific physical traits like the length of the forearm or the size of the ears. This was the first organized method to identify criminals long before fingerprints or DNA databases. Bertillon was developed the first crime scene investigation kit, many components of which are still used today. British scientist Francis Galton, cousin of Charles Darwin, took fingerprinting to a whole new level. In 1892, he published Fingerprints, which scientifically proved that every person's fingerprints are unique and unchanging. This formed the foundation for modern fingerprint classification, and fingerprint analysis soon became a global standard for identity verification. Austrian scientist Karl Landsteiner discovered in 1900 that human blood could be categorized into A, B, AB, and O groups. Before this, blood analysis was vague and imprecise. His discovery not only saved lives through safe transfusions, but also allowed forensic experts to match or exclude suspects based on blood type found at a crime scene. In 1910, Edmond Locard, a pioneer of forensic science, founded the first crime lab in Lyon, France. But more importantly, he formulated what's now a cornerstone of forensic science, Locard's exchange principle. Every contact leaves a trace. This means that whenever two objects come into contact, say a criminal and a victim, both leave behind physical evidence. This principle still guides every crime scene investigation around the world. In 1932, the FBI established its first crime lab under the direction of J. Edgar Hoover. This lab became a hub for forensic innovation, from fingerprint files to ballistics testing. In 1935, the National Police Academy was also launched to train investigators in evidence handling and forensic techniques. Finally, we reach the forensic breakthrough that changed everything: DNA fingerprinting. In 1984, British geneticist Alec Jeffreys discovered that everyone has a unique DNA profile. He used this to solve a double murder case, the first ever solved using DNA evidence. Today, DNA testing is one of the most powerful tools in criminal justice, able to convict the guilty and free the innocent. From fingerprints in ancient China to DNA profiling in modern labs, forensic science has evolved into a sophisticated multidisciplinary powerhouse. It blends biology, chemistry, technology, and psychology, all in pursuit of one thing: the truth. So, the next time you see a single thread of hair, a drop of blood, or a dusty footprint, just know forensic science might turn that into justice. If you like this video and want more informational videos on criminology and forensic science, do not forget to like, share and subscribe.